What's going on, everybody? I know a lot of people don't have time to watch a 8-minute video, so here it is. Another broker going out of business. They're out of Fort Worth, Texas. Dennis Martin, CEO, founder, started this 26 years ago. And basically last year, he made about $64 million gross revenue. And he's saying it's because of a lot of theft and a lot of fraud and just abuse from rates. And the bank's not backing him up to keep his daily operations with cash flow available. And that's why he's going out of business. And he's saying that he's trying to work with the bank to get all of the drivers paid. If you have time, let's get into this video and thoughts on this, but I'll have links down below. This is actually coming from Freight Waves. They're a great resource, and Mutha Truckers has been sending me this. So a lot of drivers are very unhappy that they're not getting paid right now, but it looks like the CEO is trying his best to pay these carriers. So we'll see what happens. We'll update you on that. Question of the day. How are you finding truck parking on a daily basis? Are you using apps? Are you using a GPS? Or are you using your experience? Because once it hits about 4 o'clock, there's no parking anywhere. So what strategy are you using to find daily parking? Let's get into today's video. Man, we need some good news in trucking. And a lot of times people are trying to say that it's the brokers, man. It's the brokers. They're the ones keeping all the drivers' money. But recently, it looks like the brokers are the ones going out of business themselves. We had Convoy last week, which drivers are seeing their trailer still. So maybe they still have their trailer department for rent. We hear that they sold their technology. They haven't said who the buyer was. But, now what we're hearing is that a Texas freight brokerage is shutting down. I'll put the links down below, but Freight Waves has an exclusive on this. I've had a few truck drivers tell me that this brokerage owes them some money. But let's get into this and the reason why SCS is shutting down and basically going out of business. So after 20 years in the transportation industry, with the past 12 years at the helm of the logistics company he founded and bootstrapped in 2011, Dennis Martin says he is winding down operations. Okay, so I'll put down the links and then you guys can watch the exclusive interview there. But he says that his company, Supply Chain Solutions, which is SCS of Fort Worth, Texas, said his year started off with $700,000 load of video poker machines being stolen in Las Vegas, and everything just went downhill from there. Last year, they generated over $64 million gross revenue, and this year, they lost about 40% of their business. He says, quote unquote, for whatever reason, the death knell for his freight brokerage was when Martin's bank started placing restrictions that limited the company's access to capital on a daily basis. So for people that don't know right now, a lot of trucking companies, they need as much backing from banks as they can. And banks do not want to support trucking because it's hard to make in the trucking industry. They don't even want to give out loans to people that want to buy semi-trucks right now. It says here that, quote unquote, we were unable to come to an agreement with our bank on a day-to-day cash flow needs for various reasons. As its peak, Martin said 125 people, including 45 independent freight agents and a back office support team in Honduras, were involved in the daily operations. This week, Martin and his team are winding down the company and working with the bank to make sure that they get all the receivables they have pledged to cover and to work with the bank to hopefully pay all the carriers. He says here, quote unquote, I hate this for the carriers and their families for what they are going through this year with the major drop in rates and freight volumes. He said, our hopes is to get them paid. So anyone that is owed money by SCS, they're going to try their best to pay you. That's what's going on there. Martin originally founded Smith Eagle Logistics, but rebranded the company to SCS in March 2022. The company provided third-party logistics services for refrigerated, dry van, and flatbed freight throughout the United States and Mexico. Some of his major accounts included Home Depot, Kraft Heinz, and Mike's Hard Lemonade. You know, he says here, it's a cyclical business, and I did everything that I needed to do to keep the company afloat because the last thing I wanted to do was close. There's just some forces out there in the market that not everybody's going to survive, Martin said. I've been doing this for 26 years, and not one day has ever been easy in this industry. You know, so he's going out of business, guys. You know, just a lot of theft. He says a lot of fraud and theft and just rates being down in the hole is what led him to this decision. So I hope all the carriers get paid. But yeah, you know, if you're one of the drivers, man, you know, I really hope you get paid. This is crazy. This is always crazy because, you know, everyone right now in this industry is hurting. That's for sure. Right. And so we can't pin it on just one person. But dang, this week it looks like another broker going out of business. You know, Mutha Truckers, comment down below, but just wanted to give you guys that information.